chill out, dude. Can you see him? Well, it's time for another video that no one's gonna watch or something, I guess. Because apparently, YouTube only like to recommend videos where I sit in my depressive dungeons and talk about gear. Anyways, recently I realized that I haven't had a lot of alone time with my Voigtlander 40mm f1.2. Oh, and also my wife, I guess. And so we booked this trip to Hoi An to relax, eat street food, and almost die from food poisoning. Initially, I want to bring the side piece to this lens as well, the Nikon 26mm f2.8. But then I made the executive decision at the last minute to just keep it simple and do one camera, one lens. Maybe being forced to use just one focal length for 5 days will teach me more about myself. Oh, and also I spice things up a bit and throw in a diffusion filter this time around. It's the shimmer adapter from KF Concept, which I think is just basically a glimmer gas equivalent. I recently saw some photos on the GFX subreddit, which was shot with a diffusion filter, and they look incredible. And so as usual, I came to the wrong conclusion that gear has anything to do with it, so yeah. Will my photo looks any good though? I guess you have to keep watching to find out. I was itching to get my photography fixed after the day before, which was mostly just sitting around in various places waiting. You know how travel goes. And so I woke up early to catch the sunrise, or at least I tried to. Yeah, I slept in like 30 minutes late, and to my dismay the sun is already quite high. It's summertime in Vietnam, so sunrise is very early, like 4:30 to 5 AM, so yeah. This early morning directional light is still quite nice regardless, so I wasn't feeling too bad about it. More so feeling bad about the heat of the sun kinda burning me here. Oh, and as you can see here, I also bought my tiny Godox flash for something different. This is the IT22 that I had before the IT32 came out. It's a TTL flash, so I can use it for that point and shoot flash look. My feelings on the IT22 can be summed up with this.
Well, hang on, you've just...
No, I like it. This is brilliant, but I like this.
It's just smaller and lighter, and it takes no space at all in my small little handbag compared to this thing, which will also be less strain on my neck. I won't be doing off-camera flash with the manual lens anyways. I also got the brown filter that came with the flash here. Behind it is just some white flash paper for diffusion purpose. And I also got tape in there to secure the whole thing down. These magnetic filters that came with the flash are quite easy to be misplaced. So that's my quick and dirty solution. Don't ask me how I learned that. It's definitely not because I lost the magnetic flash diffusion piece like 5 minutes after using this flash at all. And while we're here, I guess let's also do a mini what's in the bag and talk about how I cut down on gear for this trip. I wanted to fit everything on this little bag here, which I've been loving for a while. It's just kind of a lightweight handbag thing. It doesn't have a lot of protection and it doesn't fit a lot of gear. But it's very light and it compresses down to nothing, which is good if I want to bring it along with a backpack or just want to travel light. When you fill in the bag, it's quite hard to get stuff in and out, which is the biggest downside. But I don't plan to have the camera in there most of the time. It's almost always going to be on my neck, so I can be ready at all moments. And then this bag is only here to carry the accessories. And the limitation of the bag really forced me to travel lighter. If you ever gone somewhere and feel miserable with a backpack full of shit, half of them you don't even really need, then you probably will get it. This bag forces me to make the hard decisions. If I bring an extra lens, maybe I needed to leave the bigger flash at home. And then if I only bring one lens and I don't need to bring this blower thing, which is some extra space free up. And so I just brought the 40 on this go around, which was very hard to do, not gonna lie, but it was also very freeing. The less stuff I bring, the happier I tend to be. Anyways, these few shots I got earlier was probably the best of the bunch. The light got quite high very quickly afterwards, and consequently my will to take photos diminished. And so after some wandering around and taking a bunch of bad photos that I don't even want to share, I gave up and went back for sustenance. We drove to the city for lunch, and on my way back I saw this hut next to this puddle water looking pretty cool. It was midday lighting, which was kinda yuck, but I thought for a moment and realized that it will get lit by the sunrise facing this way in the morning, which would make for a nice classic lighting angle. There's a whole saga on this photo that you'll see later on. But for now, I guess here's a shot for scouting purpose. That afternoon we went on a coconut basket boat tour to see these rivers and the coconut forest. I have zero photographic expectations on this thing, as I do with most touristy places. But I remember being here the first time like 10 years ago, and I was gobsmacked by the sound space of it. The sound of the wind flowing through the coconut leaves, the sound of the water, and the quiet and peacefulness of it. And I guess that's what compelled me to go back here. And I was very much enjoying that here for like 2 minutes, I guess. Until we rode to the touristy spots with loud copyright music blasting everywhere. And I remember why I hate these tourist trap locations. Afterwards, we went to have an early dinner and then take a stroll on the old town streets of Hoi An. I guess this is the place where I feel the most limitation with this lens. It's quite tight in its small alleyways, and also I needed to manual focus stealthily at f2 or f2.8 sometimes, because you can just stop down and zone focus with this dimmable lighting. Like this moment here when I want to take a photo of this guy eating in a corner of the street. But I didn't want to disturb him, and I decided to just rest focus and shoot from the hip, which surprise I missed by a lot. But the scene was too good, so I decided to double back and shoot another photo. And I got one and ran away very quickly, before he can realize what happened and come beat me up. Still a bit soft focus, but at least it achieved what I was trying to do. Man, and how to focus 35mm lens would be so nice around here. Also this moment shortly afterwards, when I noticed this guy was being lit perfectly by the light next to him. And his impression was perfect, but I was too slow, and this lady just ran into the frame out of nowhere. Here's the photo, which I guess is not bad. I crushed the shadows here to obscure her a bit, but really I wanted to show the empty space of the street on the right a little bit more. Once we moved to the busier parts of the area, the photography got worse for me. I like quiet scenes and moments, and it's very difficult to find that when you are getting suffocated by tourists. But I guess this photo is nice. And this portrait of my wife, the lighting is so good somehow.
Kuchi tunnel.
The next morning, we decided to go see some vegetable and rice farms. We were kinda late though, and the sunlight was crazy harsh on this day. And also the harvest season just passed, and so the morning was kinda let down. We drove to a small town on our way out though. And I noticed some very cool haze from people burning crops for the next farming season. So I stopped the bike and let my wife burn in the midday sun, while I ran around and took a few shots. And yeah, these were pretty cool. The next location on the itinerary this morning is a seal production place, which is pretty ghost to me honestly. But the whole thing was kinda cool. And here I somehow decided that it was my moment to flash everyone working here. Photographic flash, not the other thing. Still not my best moment, so I don't know. I was just kinda on a flash photography kick, but now that I think back, hopefully I didn't annoy them too much by blinding them. after like a 3-hour nap in the afternoon because the heat stroke was kinda getting to me. We went on a stroll on the beach when things had cooled off a bit. And yeah, this is always my favorite activity and my favorite place to take photos, as some of you may know. This shot is so cool. It looks kinda otherworldly. The sky detail is the main subject for sure, and I really love it. Hãy mặc buổi sáng. Wow, this morning I actually managed to wake up early enough to see the sunrise and capture some pre-dawn photos. Remember this place we talked about earlier? Yeah, this is the morning that I decided to walk to that hut and take some photos of it getting lit by the morning light. I guess I'll just kind of wait here for better light, maybe, I don't know. But old me at the time didn't know that things were going to take a turn for the worse. Fucking hell. That's what you're taking that competition. Chill out, dude. Can you see him? Yeah, as you can see here, I got chased down by some bad boys, and it was terrifying. I was planning to stay there for a while and wait for the sun up, and then I was in shambles as a scared little photographer. And the light did get just coming back one more shot. Maybe the dogs left. But then after some internal back and forths, I decided to come back and risk my life trying to take that photo once and for all anyways. Take this photo please. Alright, thank you. I'm getting fucked out here. I'm done about here. Was it worth it? I don't know. I did manage to capture a photo in that magical 5-minute window where the light is this beautiful crimson red color, you know. But the subject and the compositions was On the walk back, the lighting was getting very gorgeous, so I stuck around this bridge for a bit. Until I noticed some other photographer coming there to take some photos too. And I just decided that there are one too many photographers on this bridge and just left. Then I saw this morning light hitting this vintage looking art gallery. So I took a bunch of photos in multiple different angles. I wish these cars weren't here though. After lunch, instead of doing the usual 3-hour naps in the afternoon because of, you know, the insulin spikes, I decided to go rogue and shoot some street photos solo. It was our first day in a new hotel, right next to the old town street of Hoi An. So that's a compelling reason enough for me. Well, time for another round of street photography because suffering for your art, you know. Middle of the day. Holy shit. And well, it's midday lighting and very hot honestly, which wasn't very fun. But the subjects and the scenes were great, so I powered through. I don't know if any of those are good, but at least I had fun, right? Yeah, fun. Look at how soaked this shirt is with the sweat. Afterwards, I went back and took a bicycle ride with my wife to the old town to chill in a coffee. Look at this rainbow coming out of nowhere though. Sometimes the magical moments just come to you and you just hope you are ready. Wish these birds were a bit larger though. They kinda look like sensor dust sometimes and I just get this urge so hard to clone them out. The next morning, we decided to finally go see the Charm Islands. We debated back and forth whether we would go see this because it's such a tourist trap. But we kinda ran out of location anyway, so might as well do this. And yeah, this island was definitely very touristy, but wasn't all bad, you know. After drinking water from the fountain of youth or something, I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. I went rogue to shoot some photos here, although they all kinda suck. Midday lighting, too many tourists around, etc. etc. Usual excuses that I made for my incompetence. I did manage to take a few shots that didn't make me throw up in my mouth. My favorite detail of these photos is how I was able to somehow separate these boats perfectly between these light poles. It pleases the autistic part of my brain. We then went scuba diving to see some fishes and corals. But I was too much of a pussy to dock my DJI 360 onto the water without a waterproof case. So I guess here's some crappy GoPro footage of me that came free with the scuba diving package.
Lên chưa?
After lunch, I went on a short stroll along the shore. These sands were burning my feet though, so I didn't last very long. That afternoon, Mother Nature decided that she have had enough of this sunny bullshit and decided to piss rain down on us. So I just stay inside the hotel and play video games until dinner. And that was it for today. The final morning, I decided to take the bike so I can photograph some cool locations that I have seen a few times before. Some psychopaths were banging on the floors. 3 a.m. in the morning, so couldn't sleep afterwards. Anyway, it's my last day in Hoi An, so guess might as well seize the day or something, right? I saw some cool buildings on the drive back yesterday. Renting this bike so I can cover more ground and maybe get to it. Shit. Didn't put this up like a dumbass. It's quite early, very quiet now. The bike is free from the hotel, so might as well take advantage, right? I should have taken the scenic route. I'll get there. The stuff I want to take is actually pretty far away from here, so gotta get going. Oh man, it's so beautiful. And there's no truckload of tourists walking around. Highly recommend. That's cool. I saw that a couple of times. The trash cans wasn't there though, so that's a nice touch. I'll just shoot one now and the light isn't up yet, and then maybe when the sun rises I'll come back here and shoot once again. See which one is better. Wish I had a slightly wider lens, so we committed to the whole one camera, one lens thing here. Oh, that's cool. Right here. raining yesterday, so very cloudy today. I don't know if we're gonna see like a good sunrise or not. And we're in the city anyway, so the light is going to look a bit messy. So maybe this overcast light is better. It's 5:40 already. Yesterday the sun rose at like 5:20. Still very cloud covered today. Yeah, just get what I can, I guess. Oh, that's like an nap. That's like an abandoned building, alright. Guess I'll go the other way. That's really cool. I'm gonna lie. I think we can drop the ISO now. I'm a little bit short. Maybe you can do this. There'll be way too much traffic in some of these places once the sun rises up fully anyway, so maybe this is for the best. Hey, that's good. Maybe I'll drop the bike and walk a bit after this. Way ahead of the schedule. Still wish the light is a little bit better. What can you do? Maybe I could have stayed at one place and I don't know, wait for the light to get good in that place. Just get one good photo, you know, instead of a bunch of shit ones. My ADHD ass can't handle that. So I think I'm gonna be on the bike a bit more though. There's still more to see. Really wish I got a 35 instead of 40 here. Maybe this is my 35mm character arc. Yeah, another foreshadowing, I guess, for the future 35mm autofocus lens that I might or might not get. Just praying and praying here. Myself. I was kind of feeling the limitation of the 40 sometimes here. There were so few times on this trip that I opened up the lens to f1.2 as well. I don't do it when I shoot the street scenes, and there was always way too much light to shoot portraits at f1.2 without an ND filter. So yeah. Oh, I stopped at a red light and saw this scene, and I took the camera and grabbed it very quickly. Well, just grab that win. Maybe I'll get a coffee or something. Just can't seem to find anything. I think I'm gonna return back first though. Some of these shots is not really doable on the bike. Like when you want to catch like a candid moment, you can't just roll up on the bike. It's too distracting, you know. Let's get a coffee, I guess. Walk a bit. Maybe we'll find something good. Let's put on some banger lo-fi hip-hop music because I guess that's all I'm listening these days for this YouTube channel. After walking around shooting the same photos like a couple times now, I struggled when saw this scene unfolding right in front of my eyes. Yeah, this photo is so nice. I shot a lot of variations here, trying to capture the moment where everything feels right. And I think this is the best one. It feels staged, like a painting. Really felt like I was praying to a reflection of the past. Of a Vietnam from the 40s or something, when the French colonialism was the thing. This was probably the best shot of the set here. Anyways, I was feeling quite tired already because I got woke up at 3 a.m. and I wanted a coffee very badly, but everything is closed for at least another 30 minutes. No luck. Guess I'm drinking hotel coffee. Oh wow. Man, I'm so tired. Guess I'm coming back to the hotel. There's no coffee here anyways. Yeah, I came back for coffee and then a breakfast with so much sugar and fat to drown out whatever effect that little caffeine have on me. In my defense, at the moment, I kinda wanted to eat some pastry with cream for some reasons. Like that scene from Inglourious Basterds.
Après vous. Verdict. Comme je disais, pas si mauvais.
I then went out to the old town again with my wife to take some portraits and buy some supplies for the flight ahead.
Tanya. Chụp nè. Đây. Qua.
I did take a few portraits at f1.2 here finally, but surprised I learned another hard truth. There were just a shitload of chromatic aberrations on many of these photos wide open. It's just a quirk of this lens that I knew but didn't think it would be a big problem because I don't often run into high contrast scenes like this. The diffusion filter also made it worse, as now the software has even more trouble correcting it. These few photos would make me go down this rabbit hole of finding an Apple lens just to see what that is all about, so yeah, that's fun.
Run away from home, why don't you? 'Cause I did the same just for you.
I came back to the hotel with 30 minutes spare before the flight. And so I decided to dunk my body into the pool to decompress a bit. It feels really good after quite a long morning. And that was it. We wrapped things up and hopped on the flight back home. In the end, I'm glad I forced myself into this decision of bringing just the 40 on this trip because it revealed to me a bit more about myself, which is I needed another 35mm lens. Self-actualization is always good, am I right? Just kinda get expensive sometimes though, I don't know why. The reality is most photos I'm taking are going to be shit, and no lenses are going to change that. And so all gears are going to disappoint us somehow because they will never live up to our expectation. And yet we still chase that unicorn, that magical rendering, 3D popping, micro contrasting lens that will fix all our photos. And by we I mean just me mostly maybe, I don't know. So yeah, cheers to my new 35mm lens, whatever that one will be, that will make all my photos good finally. I hope you liked the video. If you have seen to the end, please leave a like, comment, subscribe and all that jazz. This video is a bit for me to edit, as these real world travel videos tend to be. So yeah, it is what it is. And I guess until next time, I'll see you guys around.